All praise be to the Most High. I hope that y'all are blessed, having a blessed day. I did not feel like getting up and washing my face and brushing my teeth. This is a hot breath message for y'all. And it's about love. It's about dead love. And that sounds so pessimistic, but there's beauty in this, I promise. Right? And that's both in the metaphysical sense of dead and the physical sense. I want to start by saying many people who follow me know that my father transitioned in 2016, and that for my family has been a very, very sore, very, very tender spot. Very, very unhealed for many of us. Lately, through the guidance of the Most High, I've been able to express these things through my poetry, through my music, through my martial arts, and really understand that there is really no death in the physical sense as we see it, because it's energy, but that's a whole nother conversation. But it's the spirit of the person, right, that we missed being around. The flesh is whatever. The flesh is, it's the flesh. That is an insult. By the way, it's the flesh. Referring to something as itself in the derogatory sense is no thing that can be compared to the flesh that's lower than the flesh, is what I'm saying. But it's the spirit that animates the flesh that we miss, right? And I found that to be the case for my father, right? Since we're talking about love, that is a paternal love. What do they call it? Philoprogenitiveness. The love for your children. I think that is the word. I learned, I think, 8th grade, Miss Kuzniar. Shout out to Miss K if she ever come across this page. And then there is the love of passion, the love of intimacy, the love of a woman, right? There was a sister at a period in time, most recently, the last relationship. Well, let me not say too much. And for a period, I was in isolation, and I asked the God that I serve for a woman, and he delivered me a woman. And through my own recklessness, I watched this thing that I had begged my father for be reduced to ash. Now, I'm going to paint this picture. It's going to be really vivid, right? I'm a very artistic person, so just imagine that you step into this thing and your heart is beating like Luffy in Gear 5th, and you feel the drums of liberation. You hear them. Not only do you hear them, but you see the nigga playing the drums. Excuse my language. I'm talking to my people, God. And then over time, that drum starts to become more and more faint. And you realize that the drum was your heart. It stops beating the same. And you ask yourself, why? Why did this drummer stop drumming so hard? Then over time, the drums stop. And the man comes, a very unskilled surgeon, if you will, with a rusty knife, a dagger, so to speak, an assassin's tool. Cracks a couple of your ribs, cuts your chest open very unskillfully, no anesthesia, grabs your heart and starts pulling it out your chest. One tube snap, blood shoot everywhere. Another tube snap, blood shoot everywhere. Takes your heart, throws it on the ground. You fall back, and in your last fit of consciousness, you get to see people trample on this thing that liberated you, that brought you freedom, that brought you peace, that brought you happiness. Seneca says, who suffers more than a man who is remorseful? One of the things that I had to learn is before I ask God for a new love or my old love refurbished, I had to sit and observe how I handled what he gave me. How I was a fool with what he gave me. And many of us who claim to be men lack this reflection. Because many of us say that we are men, But in truth, we are whores. We are idolaters. We are covetous. We are lascivious. We are adulterers. We are not men. We are sin incarnate. And to be free of these things is to accept that we are not perfect and to seek after the Father who is. But if you get to asking, he gonna get the answering. You hear me? Asking you shall receive, seeking you shall find, knocking it shall be opened unto you. And I begged, I said, Abba, please show me why. And he sat with me and showed me. And lo and behold, he had given me many warnings. Don't go around certain people. Don't do certain things. And I didn't listen. Didn't pay attention. And over time, my heart stopped speaking to me like they talk about in The Alchemist, the book, another phenomenal book that I highly encourage you all to read. My heart stopped beating. My love stopped loving. And what is life without love? Truly, I reflect on this daily. What is life without love? Even when I am angry, I am in love because I am alive to be angry. But if I can choose between the two, I'm going to choose love. Because surely love overcomes all, conquers all. Right? So I say all that to say, all these poetic stanzas and sentences that if they were written would be run-ons because punctuation be getting on my nerves sometimes. But I love the comma, the semicolon, the colon. I was about to say semi-comma. Y'all niggas about to be like, what? What is that, big dog? But I say all that to say, if we love something, we need to act. No, we need to live. We need to breathe. We need to eat. We need to think. We need to embody that thing that we love. Ephesians tells us, what is it? Ephesians 5:23 through 33, I believe, talks about that concept. 1 Corinthians, I want to say 7. Shout out to big bro Paul, was really laying down the jewels when it came to this love concept, when it comes to the union between a man and a woman and a union between the Most High, Yehoshua HaMashiach, and the church, and how that is very symbolic of how a man should love his wife. If you are sleeping with that woman, broski, that is your wife. That's a whole nother conversation though. Anyway, I hope that y'all are blessed. I hope that my brothers, y'all reflect on love. Reflect on people who you have loved, who have transitioned. Appreciate them, honor them, but honor the Most High God first. And love the woman that he gave you so that you do not become the fool that I was. If any man think himself wise, first make himself a fool, because the wisdom of man is foolish unto God. He made me a fool in my lusts, in my deceits, in my lies, in my covetousness, in my lasciviousness, in my adulteries. He made me a fool. And I hope and I pray and I beg Abba, El Roy, El Shaddai, Elohim, Yahweh, that my brothers will not be fools as I was, and appreciate the love that he has given you while he has given it to you. Because like they talk about in James, our lives are like vapors in the air. This thing is not permanent. Love is not a permanent thing as it pertains to the carnal, but of the spirit, it is eternal. You understand me? Peace and love, man. Y'all be blessed.